spam on post plants.
Again, you know, we've seen how important this is. It's such an important ultimate to have that run it back can be used so effectively to open so many different plays, having that extra life. So that's huge.
Okay,
And
good luck.
that's an early win for version 1. And you know, it looks like they're going to try to get Celsius on the other ultimate orb as well. That's also, again, that there's not many maps where you can do it as easily as Ascent. So it's great to see that version 1 are taking advantage of this. And they will still have enough time that they can reset the situation and kind of go wherever they want. So as far as Cloud9 are concerned, you can see they're playing off of the B site. They're playing retake on B because they know that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try to stop that and still have a good mid and A rotation. So that's the sacrifice they're making. And again, for version 1, oh, actually, as I said that, Doug, you know, Leaf, he's tired. He's tired of this. He wants to get some information, and he's found it.
Leaf not on
see,
fucking
fine,
raise.
You guys take all that room, but an excellent response from Leaf, as
like
you mentioned, to just work his way up the middle of the map, get some info, right? Got tagged up a bit, but gets away with his life, and that's going to force V1, which at this point they had everything they wanted. Now they're able to draw some attention, but the problem is, Dan, there are only 15 seconds left in the round. They're going to have to move
Such
with
low
a
time.
serious sense of urgency, and that seems to be what's working out so far. But they still haven't gotten onto the site.
Oh my
now
God.
They're starting to get the spike down. Foggy looking to go aggressively. The spike does go down. He gets around the corner, gets the kill, and they're going to get the defuse. Yeah, V1 got the orbs on both sides. Yeah, they drew out utility, but Cloud9 get the first round.
And interestingly, you know, a couple kills, a spike plant, you know, for that bonus cash. Definitely not disappointing for version 1. And even though the clock did run down quite far there, they did have just enough time to get that plant. So I do like that they took their time on this one, and we'll see how it actually ends up playing out when we see them.
Come on, C9, get eco'd.
Okay, I was wondering to see an investment like this.
You don't want to see a third, huh?
Let's go, C9. Or no, let's go, V1. Let's go.
And they're going to really go hard against Cloud9.
It's a lobster.
It's going to be difficult for Cloud9 to hold a full rush against all of these SMGs.
Damn. Thing sounds intimidating.
Yeah.
You saw Celsius tap the orb and then have to step back. Gonna hop right back up. Once again, getting a step closer to that run it back, which is now just 1 point away from having that online. Certainly ahead of schedule. Once again, V1 looking to exploit the middle of the map. Leaf was not aggressively working his way through this time around. That's all they've got so far. It actually.
Are you gonna play any PoE today? No, probably not.
Just on the other side, he does have a
I don't really play much PoE. I play every now and then. I do a couple maps a day, probably.
Down. Oh, it might not even get a chance. Celsius drops.
Learning slowly.
He's able to trade it out with the frenzy, no less. Now you see that utility being used. Now they know where the play is.
Yeah, this is beautiful as well. Like getting rid of that mid utility. Again, they know that they will have pulled rotation here, so yeah. They have Vanity towards A. He's actually trying to play the lurk. Oh, that's unfortunate. Vanity getting caught on the lurk there. That's going to force the action towards B, and this is very readable for Cloud9.
Boom! Slam dunk on his fucking head.
There, trying to just wait and cover the cross, but that's going to leave
Leaf
alone on the site now. And
run!
He gets the dismiss off in time to reset.
Holy! And he lived.
Did indeed run.
Save him, and Cloud9 will stay 3 strong at the end of the round. It's not bad.
No, not bad at all. And even for V1, you kind of see Leaf in that position. And you think surely they're gonna check that, right? Like you're gonna check that 50. There's no way you go through that unchecked. But Leaf bought himself just enough time, as you said, for Poised to show up and save the day. So for Cloud9, given version 1 invested a little bit more because of the additional funds they were able to acquire, Cloud9 seemed to handle that just fine.
And this is the start you probably wanted to see, especially if you're a Cloud9 fan, but...
Owned. Outplayed.
All right.
Outplayed by the lobster spam.
The LMG.
Yep. Leaf the lobster.
That's 1 player down on the side of version 1. That's always
Oh
really
my.
nice, you know.
Oh my.
I was going to say that you got to be careful not
Sheriff
to give the sheriffs
exchange.
open battles.
The 1F.
You already got the man advantage. It's not necessarily something you want to give to them, just because no matter how confident you are, that's the only way they can win the round. If you think of it, frame it like this: what is the only way that version 1 can get into the round with a bunch of sheriffs? It's by if you peek them and not
the
if you
Bucky.
force them to move through choke points, move into a site, plant a spike.
This guy's mad in 3.
They may be in some trouble here. You mentioned forcing them through a choke point. There it is. You push your way through. You get met with the
He messed up his dash.
At the hands of Poised, Penny
Unfortunately.
He tries to back up, but no. Gives the illusion that he's done with the fight, but continues to step forward. That's going to give him away. The curveball's going to come through as well.
Oh my God, that was a good updraft.
Zelsis works his way onto the site. He
Died
does
anyway,
have that run
but
back, as we mentioned. Can't imagine him wanting to use it in a situation like this, but this has already been a lot more damage than Cloud9 bargained for. They've already dropped 2. Zayde is a bit weak as well. This round
Bless
is
you.
far from over.
Sorry. Dude, I
Definitely.
sneezed so hard that my right hand pressed down my
Nice shot
mic.
from Vanity, and it's
Holy
to
shit, I
look
almost
pretty
threw out
damn
of my
bad.
back right
Version
there.
1 are crushing it
They-
with the
just you
sheriffs,
could
and it's, I'm telling you, man, it's very easy to want to peek, to get that little cheeky mid peek. I've got that confidence.
Wait.
I've got better weaponry, but all it takes is one shot from a
Wait.
sheriff, and that's one.
Yeah, they
kill.
killed him. Okay.
And then the second kill is something that is not too difficult to find, because you, as the attacking players, you can force like
Just
a
all
full-man
sheriffs
attack
owning.
still in that situation against one player, and that's what happens.
That's what we
And
like to
if you
see.
get that kill suddenly,
Let's go
as we saw,
V1.
you got a workable round. So Cloud9, not really doing well in some of these anti-eco situations so far in the series.
He placed every single star and he took them all back. That's funny.
This time around. Can't say
Huge.
the same about the rest of his team, but if they continue
Also
to
huge.
neglect the middle of the map, Leaf is going to continue to punish it. He gets the first pick.
Yoke's over.
Yeah, it got
You're
traded
dead.
out, but
Nope,
now
you're
we can
dead,
see
Zelsis.
what Zelsis and
Get your
V1
ult
can do
out
on
of
the
here.
site, run it back offline already, as it gets popped instantly.
What is V1 doing?
Yeah, trying to force the issue. 3v3 though, again, lots
Waste
of
of
time left here.
flashes,
They
now
don't
you're
have to commit to
pinched,
this.
like,
They
you
have
lost.
Of course, all map control.
Oh.
So
Good
you
for
they
one
have to
here.
think to themselves, all right, there could be a
I don't know,
single
they might
player
clear this
basically
guy.
anywhere on middle spawn. So you do have to check things, but they have
Uh-oh.
time to do it. So that makes it okay. And you can see Zelsis is checking absolutely everything. But will they check that back generator here?
Good
Mitch
for
is sitting in this position.
Mitchie.
Oh,
Good for
no.
two.
Oh,
Way.
that is unbelievable. They
And
get two
he's
from
like
that.
so actually
Very
clear it.
daylight robbery there from
Chat.
Mitch. And with that, every chance to win the round, of course, comes crumbling quickly afterwards. That's going to be 3-1 in favor of Cloud9, and now it's version 1's time to be back on the pistols that we've seen.
A couple rounds ago, it was Leaf. This time, it was Mitch. Again, for V1, there seems to be a problem in not checking.
I don't know what
these
the heck
tight
V1 was doing that
corners
round.
creeping
That literally
around the
made no
middle of the
sense. They were
map,
going
being
in
punished for it
individually,
twice.
bombing flashes for no
V1 find
reason.
themselves down 2 rounds as Cloud9 comes off on a much better start than we saw.
What do you think of
even
Riot
with a
recording
handful of
voice
rifles
chats?
here, and much like has been the case.
I
for
mean,
V1
if it helps
majority
get
of
rid
the
of
map,
toxic
they're in
people,
this weird buy,
which
right,
is
where
kind of
they've
the
got a couple
purpose.
Rifles, but
There's really nothing
Sheriff's
wrong with that, I
frenzies the rest
think.
of the way.
If you open up a game,
I love the
you
cue
open
set
up a
there
game,
as
you're
well.
pretty much accepting that TOS,
shotgun
right?
with
Like
the
that every
gravity
game has a
well.
terms of service.
Does
Everything
that
that
was
you
not
pretty
very
much
good
do,
review.
every platform that you're on has some
No
sort
lineup
of
for
terms
that
of
one.
service.
But they actually got some value from that, so that would be a lot of
You're
damage
okay
from
with
the
it,
shock dart.
and you're playing the game.
Landed, but Poised here with the
I don't know.
knives
Do you really have a
is
choice?
is forced back. This is great. Early round pressure
Not really.
from version 1 has won them a lot of space
I think a
on
lot
the
of people
map.
that are upset are just
And at this
people who are
point right now,
probably
Cloud9
very,
don't really know
very
what's going on. They have
rude
no vision
people.
B main. They've got no vision in mid. They've lost tree.
I really don't think it's a
And you
problem.
can see the respect.
The
from
second
this,
you hit
and there's
play in
no
any
rotation on
multiplayer
that.
game,
Oh,
What?
okay. And
You
this is the Hunter's Fury to try to get an entry
could
on
be
the site,
recorded,
get information.
you know?
I hated that.
It's not. I don't think it's
I
that
agree.
invasive because the
Not
second,
really comes to that.
literally the
They gotta
second
force the
you
issue
hit
instead.
play in any
Well, you can
multiplayer
see as soon
game,
as you drop that dart,
you're
you
with
pull out the
others.
Hunter's Fury,
They could be
expecting to
recording
get
you.
Something. In fact,
You could
comes
be
up
recording
empty-handed,
them.
But Penny's gonna work his way on the site. Penny good for 1 and a
I don't know.
second as well.
I don't think it's
He's
that big
getting
deal.
all of his pants down as
What
Zayda's
the
the one who
fuck?
cleans him up. 30 seconds left in the round.
I would
Zelsis
like to see a system where it only records when you report.
not gotten onto the
That'd
site.
make more sense,
Now
I
the
think.
spike's
I think it'd
gonna
make
follow
more
up
sense,
with
like,
the
if you
defense.
reported
Certainly a
somebody,
winnable 1v2.
it
He's got
saves
full
the
armor.
recording or some shit.
He doesn't have at this point is the element of surprise, and there's
Rather than
third
just
shot.
having
Leaf's
tons
gonna
of
win this.
recordings, you know?
First
Kind of
one
weird.
goes out.
You believe?
No. No shot. Ooh. He wants that gun so bad.
Waiting to see if he's going to get a chance at someone to peek him. But version 1, patient, disciplined right now, not giving him an opportunity to do anything.
Whoa.
Leaf has
Oh,
to
I
go
think that's what the
aggressive.
system
A
is?
sheriff to the
Oh.
face
Later,
cleans up the
kid.
round for V1.
That's perfect. Great.
Fuck out of here.
Cool.
I
Leaf.
love it.
That's
such a great
perfect.
attack. This was
How can you
such a
complain about
great
that? That's
example
awesome.
of what happens
Anything to get rid of
when you
shitty
play
people,
this
man.
attack, you win the early position, and we saw that they were able to deny any early A main aggressions from the defenders from Cloud9. So Cloud9 are then in this position where they've given that extremity up, and then they have no information. And then they further lose tree. They have nothing. The rotation comes towards A, but they have no idea where to set up. And so version 1 were expertly exploiting that fact. And that's going to encourage Cloud9, I think, to be a little bit more aggressive, possibly be main or mid in the next buy round. We'll have to see, because as everybody can see is watching right now, this is not a full buy round. This is a hodgepodge collection of, you've got a couple of frenzies, a marshal, a spectre. It's definitely desperate times, but they got this set up around market.
That utility combo, man, that would suck. The nano swarm, or excuse me, the alarm bot into the nano swarm with the gravity well. Mitch gonna get flashed up somehow.
Oh, I thought he hit that, dude.
He did.
Oh, he did, yeah.
And a marshal.
Middle of the map.
I thought he headshot him.
Exploited. And Dan, can you tell me the last time you casted a game where you find yourself 6 rounds into the map?
They could have done it, not told anyone. At least they told people first. Yeah, like, I mean, they could have. Yeah, they could have done it without saying a word for sure. They do whatever they want, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Get frenzied, kid.
A very interesting.
I just want recordings, like actual. I want a demo.
Looks like anyone's said.
After every match, I want to be able to click a button to watch it back.
Have to make the move.
No point.
Please. That's what I want. Fuck.
Celsius has to run it back, and is he going to try to find a spot to pop this?
Every match, I should be able to watch back.
I mean,
they don't have time.
20 seconds. There was the timing that they could have gone back, but you can see they're not going to go for it. But they
Whippy's got to go
see it down.
Ooh.
Whippy had to go big there. Yeah, he got one, but that might have just been enough time for V1 because now they've gotten onto the site. They're going to get the spike down as well. Hunter's Fury coming out from Zeta. See if he can tag anything up. No, the spike.
Oh, no.
Vanity, the whiff.
In the mouth at the hands of Leaf. It gets traded out.
Do it, Zelsis. Yes.
2v2 here. Floppy does have the Cosmic Divide.
Yes,
Zelsis
I mean,
choosing to go aggressive, and much like a showstopper, you have to respect it, but they go in aggressive. Zelsis is running back, is offline, as Effie stands his around. Effie's going
Bro, how did they lose that?
Not able to get it as
That's crazy, actually. They should have easily won that.
For Cloud9.
Whiffies.
Oh, and we're starting to see it actually going Cloud9's way. I mean, we saw this on the first map, right? These spots, version 1 were coming out on top time and again, and these are just like such marginal scenarios, which we're seeing it go down to the last man. I mean, you commented on it. Nobody has money, and that just is a testament to how close some of these rounds are between these two teams. And also, version 1, because they've been getting their opponents so close to the brink of economic collapse. They're in spots where they're like, well, we're not going to save. If we can force buy, we're going to force buy. And we have this back and forth battle, and now we're into another mostly rifle by a couple of specters here for version 1. We're going to see them opening up onto that B main control. I love this again because
who you rooting for? I don't really have any favorite here.
That C9 want to take B main as the extremity because they've seen so much util from version 1 around A main. Indeed, version 1, they're actually going to reap the rewards to at least get the ult orb, and Mitch is looking ready to completely stuff a push if they try to pop anything here, because of course we see a lot.
Why there's so much more whiffies here compared to CS:GO?
I
don't know. People have been playing CS for so long. This game is not even a year old. I guess.
And for a moment, I thought there'd be a little something where V1 can draw up some noise and it just be a bait, right? But no, it looks like they do want to stick it this way. The first lockdown has been used. No Hunter's Fury from Zeta to mess things up, as Mitch just patiently holds his, waiting to potentially really give him access on it.
I think a big problem is a lot of people play this game like CS.
The old 9 HP classic.
Should be safe. V1
he didn't suck him.
The Leaf cleans up Penny.
You forgot to suck him off, and then he would have gotten some health and maybe won that fight.
You find yourself, Dan, in the spot where you're towing. I mean, you're dangerously flirting.
When in doubt, suck him out.
They really want C9 to use the lockdown. They really want C9 to use the lockdown.
Why didn't he use his rifle?
That's actually so.
Why was he using a class? He had a.
Maybe he didn't know he picked it up.
Dan, break that down.
Maybe, yeah.
What is it? What were they looking for there?
But didn't he get a kill with it? No, maybe not.
I mean, in spots like this, you're really thinking about the ult economy. Both teams are pretty even on the ults, and so it's a case of, as you were saying,
what's your opinion about smurfing?
Is there a Hunter's Fury to counter the lockdown? Is there a lockdown for a lockdown? And so on. So both teams are trying
impossible to fix
in these kinds of situations. And you can see Mitch was fed.
You can't
feeling like he had to use
I'm on
his
V1.
lockdown for a while.
Whatever.
He
You know, it's
managed to
whatever.
Close it out.
It's whatever. Smurfing's whatever. You can't fix it. It's impossible.
Players, then they're thinking to themselves,
So
okay, well,
because
at least
it's not
I think we
fixable,
can try to make an argument for them to burn
Screw it.
ults to win this round. But C9, they were confident they didn't do that, and they're 5-2 up now. Still holding on to a lot of ults, but as of version 1,
do whatever you want, you know.
And the tricky thing is 2v1 again. Again with this weird buy, right? Where you've got a couple Spectres but pistols the rest of the way.
and look at this mid push, Doug. We have all the info here for C9 team.
Again, man, Leaf has just been really a thorn in their side as he continues to just waltz his way up the middle of the map, and he's going to be in a great spot here. Oh, but the turret's going to give him away. Cosmic Divide still comes out.
Denied by a
Leaf
turret.
I mean, Leaf just has to back up.
Oh my god.
How did CS tackle smurfing?
Oh,
CS doesn't care, bro. CS doesn't care about a damn thing. CS didn't tackle anything. They didn't care about anything.
Yeah, it's great stuff. And it's having the defense that they wanted.
What are you talking about?
But
Why are you so
if
quiet?
we customize back
Oh,
to
people
the
were.
map,
Somebody asked about smurfing. Like, what's my opinion on smurfing? And I'm like, I don't know. There's no. You can't
by this
fix it.
round,
There's
first
you.
half as
There's
well,
no.
just the other way around.
There's nothing realistic to solve a problem like that. And is it even a problem?
It's going to be interesting to see the adaptations coming through here. And we do.
I don't know about you, but smurfing's awesome.
Say that as well, to see exactly
Like, I don't think it's a problem.
what version 1 can do.
People
And
can't
there's
sit here and
definitely
lie and tell me it's not
multiple
fun to
purposes
beat up
for
on the
this
little
as
guy
well.
in
If
video
you feel like
games.
the other team is really running hot, you can,
It's great.
as the Bears would always say.
If
I think
anything, you're
take
doing
this
people a
talent
solid by
knowledge from
smurfing against
football. I
them.
wouldn't know because I only watch esports.
Like, if you think about it, you're basically forcing them to get better by getting their ass kicked so hard.
And so
It's one
that's
way of
sometimes
looking at it.
what it's about, but
Yeah.
also at the same
Like,
time,
really, they
you
should
know,
be
they
thanking
wanna
the
try to
people that
make
are
the correct
smurfing.
adaptations. And
Like,
sometimes
thank you
taking
so much
stack
for
also
smurfing against me.
allows
I'm
you to
finally getting
extract all
better.
the info from all of your teammates. Maybe some of the more quiet ones who may have
That's one take, yeah.
tells that will
Yeah.
be helpful for you as well. And we can see that we might even get an aggressive play from C9 on defense. This is actually a good way to, like, if you see someone.
I think it
getting
depends.
forward,
I think it
try to
depends on the
throw
level of
against the worst by
smurf.
just being
Like,
very
if you
aggressive.
put me in a
And they're actually giving up the A site
bronze
perhaps in
or iron
anticipation
game, that's fucked up.
that there will be a push
But if you
there, and
put me
instead
in a
they're opting for
plat,
B main control.
diamond,
This has worked out wonderfully, Doug, because C9
whatever.
has so much info right now.
It's whatever.
And here comes the push from Zelsis to run it back, but look, it's
I think you
retake
should be just
setup.
fighting iron people all the
They set
time.
the site by design.
They'll finally get better,
It's
dude.
so hard to follow, right? Because of the gravity well, because of the nanoswarm, it was really hard.
The
for
only
them
way to get
follow
better
up
is
that
to
run back.
adapt.
Now Zeta's going to use 100 Fury. It's going to get traded out by Effie's as well. As the spike is now
I mean,
gone
you're
down.
not wrong.
For the ultimates to clear out, Showstopper's going to join the fray as
Straight
well. As
up.
Penny just narrowly misses.
I think a lot of
Not
people
connect
do
anything.
use smurfing as an
The
excuse,
spike
though.
has made its way onto the site, but there's not enough room for it to go down. They're stuck down in hell.
That's why
Poise is
I
able
don't
to
think
get
it's that
Vanity
big of an
off.
issue, really.
Boy's looking for more. He's got the blade storm. He dashes his way across.
You
it.
do
He's gonna
improve
move
by
well
playing
with
better
3v2
players.
In favor of Cloud9.
You might not realize, but that is how you
Spike
get
is a
better.
brutal spot,
There is a
man. There's
gap,
nobody
though.
within
Like I
spitting
said,
distance
me
of
playing
Cloud9
against
in the same
bronze,
zip code.
they learn nothing. Me playing against a diamond or
It's so
plat
beautiful.
player,
It's like this
that's
perfect
fine.
trap. You know, it's a retake setup. Cloud9, it was a good guess. You know, they go for the B main push, and that's key as well. Not just the retake setup, because of that early information that allows Cloud9 to have the anticipation, have the positions that they need to, for example, execute the Hunter's Fury in such a way that it delays the spike from getting planted, and then it creates chaos. No one can take defensive positioning on the site, and all they have is A main at the site. And so at that precise moment, Cloud9 can collapse on version 1. Just trying to scrambling around in bad positions. So just such a
You playing against plat is
great
absurd?
round from Cloud9,
No,
and
it's
they
really
got
not.
rewarded here because
My first game I
just
played
like
against
it was
plats.
happening so much to them.
In
you know,
ranked.
the economy is broken for
How's that my
version 1.
fault?
They're on
That's just what I
the
queued
crystals,
into.
and I think Cloud9
Hope
learned
you're
their
having
lesson,
a
or at least I
great
would hope
watch,
so.
Party
And they're not
Chief.
giving any easy jewels here to the sheriffs, but there is at least a trade.
It wasn't easy, but they got it. Poised on the side. I mean, Dan?
Oh no, he dashed into the nades, I think. It happens, we've all been there.
Ooh.
The kills traded either which way. With 1 minute left in the round, version 1 makes their way onto the site. It looks like
I'm kind of indifferent about that, actually.
What?
Because I've
Still,
I've
even with that in
smurfed,
mind, you have to lean towards
and
Cloud9 and the gun advantage they have here.
so I don't know. I feel like I understand what you're saying too. I'm not like full serious that like all smurfing is okay, but I don't know what the line would be. You know, it's different for each game.
It's very different for each game, and very case by case kind of situation, and it's truly impossible to
break that down for me, because in a situation like that,
like last night I played with Chun in unrated, and the first people we played against were like silver.
Yeah,
right, they were like silver, and then it moved up to like mid gold to like higher gold, and then it moved up to like platinum, like low diamond. It was really fast adjustments. We weren't trying to smurf, but like Chun was on his ult, so I guess he was trying to smurf, but we just wanted faster queues. We didn't want to fucking sit in a 20-minute queue or whatever.
Yeah, for unrated. Right?
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of understood, like, against the silvers, it was kind of sad, really. They have no idea.
That's what I'm saying. If the rank difference is too far, it's kind of fucked up. But a radiant to a plat is not as different as you'd think.
That was pretty first op we see online. Really, this map, if I'm not mistaken, this is also by golly damn.
Rank is just a rank. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like a professional player to a plat, okay, that might be a little different. But there might be professional players in plat. That's where it's so tricky. Like none of it makes sense ever, and it never will. And that's just how it is.
I mean, I also see my point is like, you're kind of doing this a service in a sense though too. You're teaching people how to get better as well.
Minutes to play was still, they got that mid control. They're working
so I see that too. Like competition creates better players
here for C9 to
in any aspect.
They need to get some info, and so they've actually grouped up towards mid to get that information, and now they worked out what's happening. The running of V1 tells them everything.
Oh man, and they just walk into choke points, right? The gravity wells, the nano swarms, there's so much utility there that delays entry, and then poised from the top row.
Poised? About to get a little AC?
As he's looking for more, Effie's manages to get the spike down. Poised. Going aggressive.
Ooh, almost at that flick. Almost, was close.
Gets him, but then gets cleaned up right back at the hands of Zeta. As Cloud9 win another one, it seems like they can do no wrong right now, Dan.
That's so sick, because I do wonder if Poised doesn't hit that ridiculous flick with the knives.
Yeah, like I've gotten smurfed on before. Remember fucking Mortal Kombat? That was tilting, but I think it helped a lot. I needed that. I needed to get my ass smurfed in that game. It helped me a lot.
That is so
just because it's tilting doesn't mean it's not helping. It's just weird. It's just hard. It's just hard to kind of deal with.
I think it does help. For anybody saying it doesn't help, I think it's
another thing, right?
Like I said, I think it only helps if the difference of skill isn't too high. You're not teaching a bronze or silver player anything by beating his ass.
But they also don't even care about like anything to do with the game. They just
for sure. That's why they're at that rank, because they don't care. Exactly.
In that sense.
You put a little bit of effort, and you'll be past that rank for sure.
I also feel like those people don't care or even know that they're getting smurfed on because they're that bad. You know, that sucks to die and spawn like that. Oh my god.
He's so far away, dude.
Dude, he's literally just like, what the fuck is Vanity doing?
He's literally AFK. AFK placing stars.
Oh my god.
This is looking great for version 1. You know, 5v3 post plant. You know, this site, you can operate pretty well on the site as long as there's not an excess of post plant utility. However, given the fact that this is gonna be the last round, and we've got the Hunter series.
Okay, they're recovering some rounds here. 9-3 half.
Against this, the rocket stopper, the show stopper, whatever it's called, it's stopping something, and that's gonna be Cloud9 on that retake attempt. So nothing doing.
No, man, and how many, I think you and I have touched on this a couple of times, Dan, is when you see a showstopper in a situation like that, like the fun flashy thing is blast pack your way into somebody's lap and blow them up and light up the kill feed and you know what have you, but
it's weird because I feel like a lot of people that disagree with the smurfing are the people that are getting smurfed and complaining about it, and then the people making fun of it and like agreeing with your side or my side are people that don't get destroyed by smurfs, so it's biased.
That's what I'm saying. It's a pointless argument, really. It's pointless to talk about.
So much based around
do it or don't. Who cares?
and position. And we had the side swapping and version
I
one
tell you
really
right now, I don't
gave
want to sit in a
themselves
40-minute
some work.
queue.
We'll see if they're able to do
No,
a
that's
good
for
job
damn
on
sure.
this run against
That's very
Cloud9.
true.
And of course, they will be
To play
playing on
unrated
the
too.
defense
That's the
instead.
craziest
You
part.
can't, like, going for that split, that favored B split. However, they are going to get rid of some utility mid. And again, as always is the rule, they don't have to commit to it just yet. And there's a push in A main, so I think their hand is going to be forced here. One way or
Oh,
the other
dart.
by
Send it.
Version 1.
They're either going to have to push through the aggression that finds themselves up cat, or
This is
gonna
the
have to
V1
rotate
comeback
away.
right here.
Leaf has already dropped. The damage has been dealt. Zelsis can back off. Understanding Cloud9 feels the pressure. They don't have very many choices. They have to go to B here.
Yeah, I do like the extra detail that Penny was not spotted crossing top mid. So if they do go back, he would be he would get a free kill. But as you say, there's not really a good option here at all at this point for Cloud9. Version 1 know exactly what's coming. They got all of the information. It's just a case of hitting the shots. And as they go through the smoke, it looks like that should be what's happening. But I think I've been sent a wrong script here, because this is looking way better for Version 1 than I expected.
Zeta gets a spike down, but the thing is, Dan, look at how low their health bars are. You look at them funny. Mitch drops. Poised follows shortly thereafter. They're going to have to pull a miracle out of their hats, and it's certainly not going that way. But Zeta, what kind of
Nice, they're still in it.
Not enough to make this round go in favor of Cloud9.
I think you make the best point, and I think a lot of people just overlooked it. The best point you made was that people don't even realize that they're being smurfed or not being smurfed.
Competitive
You know,
second half.
they have no clue.
I'm looking
Really
to see if
bad
we get a
people have
full
no
That's
idea.
that
They
is
just assume.
that's the best point you made
That
out
is
of
what we
everything you
saw
said, because
version 1 do
it's
in the
usually
first
just an
one. I
assumption.
think almost
But
identically
I bet you more often than not it doesn't happen.
I was going to say
as much
identically
as people
similar,
make it
but
out
of
to
course
seem.
that would be bad English. So
Well, with a game like Valorant too, where it's so
guess
easy
I
to
have
make
to scrap
accounts.
that
It's
one.
so,
doesn't cost
dude, this
any
game
money.
is so it's so easy to just get a 3K and then all of a sudden like, wow, that guy's smurfing. Oh no, he just clicked his mouse.
Try to maximize the amount
Yeah,
of
and he's just
rounds.
better than you.
He clicked his
We have
mouse
to
like,
share
oh
from Leaf.
shit.
We all know how devastatingly good he is with it.
It's really tough. It's tough to make that
Your
call.
objective in a round like this is to try to find damage. And you can do that in a multiple ways. If you're not thinking about trying to get the spike down and win the round, you can just work at it point by point. Find that
It's very easy to have an on game and an off game.
Take some position.
Now
get that
I'm being
pick,
told
and
like it
they're
ruins the
getting so
game
much
of
space because
the people that are getting
it's,
quote unquote
They don't want to
smurfed.
mess with these pistols.
But then it's like,
so-
okay, well,
They
let's look at it
don't,
from
and
the
I
other
don't
side.
blame 'em.
Should
Plus,
good players
you
be
can just mow
penalized
them
by
down like
waiting in a
that
40-minute
without giving
queue?
the sheriff an opportunity or the
You know,
classic
like
an
should we be
opportunity.
penalized for
That's
being
certainly
good,
the advised
or
way to
should
go.
bad
A stark
quote unquote bad
contrast
players
to
be
how we
or
saw
slightly
the
lower
round play
ranked
out
players be
when the roles were
penalized for being
reversed.
worse than you, just because you want to actually play the game? I don't know. I have
much more
no. I
standard
really have a problem with waiting in
getting
queues
to
for
this-
like 30,
this,
40 minutes.
this
That sounds
stuff, I would say,
horrible.
and-
Yeah, just
I
basically.
wouldn't
Get
play
the
this
bonus
game if
spike
I had to
coming
do
through
that all
from
the time.
Yeah.
C9 and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly the impact this Odin has. The Odin is so insane on this map, and we're going to see it's going to start off with that typical pressure on the main. Version 1, sorry, I think I said that C9 had the specters, but version 1 of the specters and the bonus. It's going to be interesting to see like how they want to try to maximize the usage of that. They know they're up against better weapons. Normally a team would be somewhat
Oh, I don't.
encouraged.
By
to
the
try
way,
to
this is
mitigate
all I'm
the
going to say. I
weapon
don't even play
disadvantage by
ranked
taking
on
some
a
initiative and
Smurf or
forcing some fights that
alt.
are good for you.
I play
Right,
unrated
now
and
they're
it's
just
still
playing the
40-minute
information,
queues
they're giving up
with
lead,
higher
playing
elo
retake on
players.
that, letting Cloud9 clear all these positions and playing very
Just
defensively.
to clarify.
With that, Cloud9 is able
They-
to take the middle of the map.
Riot's matchmaking system's so good that it doesn't even matter, man.
Golly, Dan, they've
Like, it
exploited
doesn't
everything.
matter.
Mitch is gonna get one as
I
well.
jump on my
He's looking to
Smurf, I'm
add
playing
to
in the
stats,
same
and he
lobbies.
does just that.
It really
As
doesn't
he's
matter.
gotten to 3 rounds, Penny. Good to trade it out.
I'm on my Smurf, my rank is plat, I'm against immortals.
1v4.
Whatever.
Now,
Don't care.
one thing worth mentioning, Poison and Mitch are both.
Somehow it always finds a way to
They
balance
have a
itself
decent
out.
idea of where
It just
Penny's
it's
coming
just
from, and
like
if they didn't before,
it
they
just
certainly
takes a
do
couple
now.
games before it kicks in and then it's like, all right,
And
this is
it's
where you're at.
unfortunate
Got
for
it.
Version 1 getting caught so desperately off guard there, and that is part and parcel of having no information at that timing in the rounds. You know, you just don't know what's coming and or where to have your players, like what you should be covering, and so that's unfortunate for C9. I would have wanted to see some aggression, because at that point, you know, you've got worse weapons, you've got worse information, you've got worse positioning. You know, you have to try to take something back.
Right.
And
Riot always
that's,
knows.
That's the
Monka.
unfortunate aspect there, is that
That's what I think. Riot's
would appear
matchmaking
that
is too
T9 was
good.
moving
Yeah, it
so
is.
quickly.
It's a problem.
It's annoyingly good.
It needs to be a little bit more loose, for sure.
Beautiful from Leaf. And Cloud9, they're
That's
so
why
strong
high
in
ranked
that
players just get stuck and they have to make smurfs because their system is too
All
strict.
right, but now the thing worth mentioning is that was V1's bonus, right? So they were able to win the pistol the following round, and then the bonus, and Cloud9 got away with a couple of players as well, so they're going to be fine as far as weaponry goes. They're also a bit closer to having a couple of key ultimates online. Leaf certainly does.
That thing
have his
sounds so
Empress,
funny.
in tow, but now V1, it's just weird, right? Like, they've got a couple of bulldogs, vanities at light armor, so they're in a position of strength. Certainly not where they'd like to be.
Oh no, Leaf with
Yeah,
a
we have
Vandal.
trap set up here by
Reynolds.
by version 1 as well in mid. So what they're expecting is like a kind of early to mid round timing from the default of Cloud9, where they will try to clear mid. So there was a trap set up for that timing around the 1 minute mark in that mid position, but you can see that Cloud9 just trying to focus on B main. They sort of run it straight in, Doug, and I don't think that was expected by version 1 at all.
No, Effie's was there. He spotted a little bit, but he backed off. Just, I mean, being comfortable to give up the space and rather push yourself in from a position where you've got more numbers than you would have otherwise. Mitch, once again, playing that cheeky little spot across the middle of the map, very similar to how we saw him playing Haven.
For the people
Yeah,
that
this
saying,
is
how do you
gonna
feel
be a
about
bloodbath
people
of
getting
5v5
boosted?
for the
It'll
site.
all balance out.
Anyone looking to work their
Someone
way
wants to get
in
boosted, they'll get boosted, they'll balance
retake
out.
this thing, but you've got
It
to
does not
clear
matter
B
at
It
all.
doesn't matter.
If
It
you
balances
can't
out,
leave
man.
this area of the map
Everything
alone, or
does.
You're just gonna get picked to shreds, just like that. Leaf
Perfectly
good for two,
balanced.
gets a third.
Like all
And
things should be.
takes out. Oh, and this went absolutely sideways for V1. Cloud9 hold fast to the site. They get the round, and they get one step closer to extending the series to map 3.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And again, just you could see that version 1 were expecting something different. And so
Yeah,
just
no, it's
in that
2016.
sense, Cloud9 are calling a good game.
Was that
That's
actually in
because,
2016? Holy
you
shit.
know, these are
That's
seasoned
time.
teams. These are very experienced players and in-game leaders. And so, you know, Cloud9, for them to, you know, consistently be picking some of these options that are not anticipated by version 1. So version 1 not having the correct opening to deal with it is definitely a huge win. And version 1, you know, in the doldrums right now, you know, on these specters, we've got a judge on vanity. Obviously, that is the best gun in the game. But
Imagine thinking
other
you know
than
everything
that,
about a
you know,
game.
they've got
LMAO streamers
Spectres
ego.
and, the fact
Hey
that-
man, streamers
we'll
play
see
this shit for a
exactly if
living.
they're able to do anything else here, but I am
anything, they know
concerned with the way that
the
they've been playing
most.
so passively.
I don't know if that's an
because
ego
the
thing.
lack of information is
That's
being
just a fact.
abused and exploited.
Oh, that's
by
good.
C9.
You love the setup, right?
Video
Like,
game-
the
video
design
games have
was
been my
there.
life
They
for
knew what they
fucking
were
20
looking
years.
for. They get the info,
Imagine
the
that.
gravity well into the showstopper. Hopefully,
Literally my
strike
life.
gold.
No
There's
cap.
nothing
Oh
there.
No
boy, Mike,
cappuccino.
we're in for a map 3.
Oh yeah, we're going in map 3 for sure.
And again,
C9
this
is
1
not
minute mark
out.
and
Not
no
yet.
info, no vision for version 1. They don't know where to set up. They're kind of pulling towards.
It's kind of
A,
crazy
trying to
that
map
3
it.
matches is gonna be
Or actually, it's
like
kind of 2-1-2,
8.5
so again,
hours
don't really
of
know what's
just
happening.
watching.
Like,
like that's kind of crazy, right?
Oh my fuck- yeah, it is, really.
That little information that they have.
A lot of it
At the
is
same time,
NA though.
the
I'm not gonna
phase
lie.
is going
NA
to be so
is
smart
by
for C9.
far the worst to be on
It's
time.
gonna draw attention, and it's not just
Myself
itself, it's
included. I'm a
uses
lazy
the
fuck.
ultimate, right? But look at how much
Are you
has
just
been
calling all of us
invested
lazy
that
right now?
way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now
Bro,
they
you should
realize
see
the
how
Veil's
fast
been
production
listed,
is
right? They
everywhere
realize
else.
that's not where they play, but Vanity
Players
does
take
the
like
Jets
8
well.
years in
He's the
NA
last line
to do
of
anything.
defense. He gets cleaned up. Penny drops as well, as Cloud9 have full access onto the site.
Star culture, man. It's crazy.
Is he gonna? Surely not.
Slow fucks.
All right, V1, they have some numbers, right? And they have a couple of
Slow,
weapons.
honestly, even worse, slow fat fucks.
It's really all they've got going.
We're literally
for Zay's a
fucking-
great
Jesus.
spot.
Okay.
He's a hunter suit,
Well, that's what
too,
people
but
make
he's
fun of
playing
us
on the
for,
site,
being
and
fat.
so
Like we
far,
have an
so
obesity
good.
problem
Good
or
for one, good
something.
for a second one as well. Effie's gets cleaned
I'm definitely
up.
on the way to
Cloud9
obtuse.
at map point.
They're looking so good, and Doug, you know, we can put it, we can frame it.
No,
this way.
dude, you're looking
You know,
fine.
what
I
is
don't know
the
why you
best
keep
thing
saying
to
that.
do?
Don't
One of
say
the
it.
best
Actually
things,
bothers
the
me that you call
strongest
yourself
things
fat.
to do against a team
Well,
that doesn't
I'm not
have
fat.
information.
I don't think.
No, just don't
Well,
even.
it's
It's
gonna
fine.
be
I'm just
big,
overweight,
and it's
that's all.
because a fake
It's okay.
is about
It's fine.
giving
No
No,
stress.
you're looking damn good.
Aw,
Thanks, man.
I'm talking shit on yourself.
They're also in a position
Hey.
disadvantage. They actually have to go with that.
Serious.
They
That
almost
wasn't me
have
talking
to
shit
go
about
with that
myself.
little information,
It is.
No.
that they have.
It is.
And
That was the
unless
truth.
You're faking,
No, it's not the truth.
every other round or so.
I don't agree.
But
Okay.
again, just abusing the information game so massively in this half. The version 1, they're just always playing from behind.
To quote John Travolta, it's misdirection. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. The lockdown is being
No, I
used
don't
early
like when
on.
people
Boys get to
talk
go on
shit on
opinions
themselves,
well.
especially when it's people that I care about. I don't like that.
It's just really clearing up the middle of the map.
Well, it's not talking shit though.
Yeah, you are. You're hating on yourself.
That's not true.
Yeah, you are.
All right,
How?
He's gonna come out as well.
Saying, damn, I'm fat. I'm obtuse.
I'm overweight. Sure.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
You're just
am.
like-
That's factual information.
Surely pick apart the
If you went to the
remaining
doctor and they told you that?
members of Cloud9 to put this map away, Leaf's good for
No.
well through the
Then
smoke.
shut the fuck up.
But I haven't been to the doctor in
Last two
years.
members that remain, they weren't
then-
even on the site. Now they're gonna show
You're
up
not allowed to say it
They're
because
working
you
their
don't have a
way
degree.
into a
Okay.
2v4.
You're looking damn good.
Hey.
And a difficult one at that, Dan.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Obtuse.
Vanity might be able to do something with the Cosmic Divide. We'll have to see.
Third map, boys.
That's all
Woo!
she wrote for map 2 Cloud9.
Yes!
Equalize the
8.5
speed.
hours
In
incoming.
maybe
I hate
even
you,
more
dude.
dominant fashion.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
fired
so
up.
was the first
Go,
one, and
C9!
That surely is going to signal a lot of strength then going into this third and final deciding map.
Like, man, we talked about it, right? There's something in the water this weekend where a team can absolutely bully another team on